Welcome back, everyone, to the Lake Lewis Jr. Show. It's Saturday, and as you know, Friday, Saturday, you know what that means. It's time for our fan show presented by Crossover Meats. Remember, you can check out the good folks over at Crossover Meats as they have a chicken and beef hybrid burgers. They're really good. If you're on the health kick like myself, those are the burgers to go with. So you can go to crossovermeats.com. We've got some of the mainstays in here. And again, these are the best supporters of the Burgundy and Gold who go through the good times and the bad. And right now, they're right there at 500. So looking for a big win tomorrow at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, where I sit. And I have to tell you, being at practice yesterday, you kind of feel the energy starting to build a little bit. And I can tell you, it has been missing, but there's a guy by the name of Jayden Daniels who brings that energy back. And I think they're looking forward to getting their star player on the field. And I know he's been chomping at the bit. And if you guys remember, I told you about 2 weeks ago, if the Raider game was a playoff game, what he would have played. So I tried to tell people that the injury wasn't as bad as people were making it out to be. And let Jayden tell you, I'm sure you guys heard him say it to us the other day at practice that he would have played against the Raiders if it was up to him. He would have been playing the past 2 weeks. So, yes, he has a brace on. I'm not so sure how long that brace is going to stay on, to be brutally honest with you guys. So I want to talk to you about that today. I want to get your thoughts on the guy coming back, the star player coming back for this team. And what does that do for your excitement level, knowing that they're going to be playing against a wounded Chargers team that laid an egg in New York last week? So let's get around the horn with everybody on there. So first of all, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today?
Well,
Hey, what's going on?
very well.
All right. I see the smiles again because the last couple of weeks I didn't see them. It was kind of like, what are we doing here? So let's get ready to have some fun today. So Abdul, we'll start with you. What's going on, my friend?
Hey, nothing much, man. Yeah, I'm excited that JD5 is back, and I believe that with the improvements on the line, with Chris Paul added to the left guard and having Wiley at the right guard, I think that and as far as the effectiveness of the running game, I believe that we're going to be like even more dominant, to be honest, offensively. My only concern is really more so in the secondary, and I think that since all is not going to be playing, I believe that we should be able to have enough pressure to knock Herbert off his spots. So I think overall, we can take this game. So that's how I feel.
Okay. Yeah, those are some good points there too. And I think a lot of people have to remember that Jayden hasn't played with this kind of new line, so to speak, at least not in a game yet, So with the shakeups and everything like that, it'll be interesting to see how Chris Paul and Wiley do with Jayden under center. It's just another look for Chargers to have to worry about, as far as that cohesiveness. All right, so let's go with Brad. What's up, Brad? What's going on, brother?
What's up, family? It's been a while since we joined.
Yes, it is.
Yes. I'm excited about JD for what he adds, but I don't mean to be a negative Nancy here, but my concern is that defense. My concern is really that defense. Because Mariota didn't really pay bad. We put up 27 points. And 27 points, we would have beat a few other teams that week. But my concern is that defense.
Yeah,
I'm worried about that.
Okay, and we're gonna definitely talk about the defense as well, because I think that's obviously a sticking point with a lot of us, not just media, but you as fans. That's been the talk, and the guys on that defense that I've talked to are aware of it. So we'll get into that after this question. Okay, so let's go with Brandon. Brandon, my guy, man, it's been a while, and Brandon is actually, from Cali, or lives out here, but you're not right here right now, though.
No, I'm in enemy territory. I'm in Amarillo, Texas right now. I'm prepping a movie.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, but it's like, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do for the paper.
You
That's
gotta
all.
go where the work is, man. But yeah, I mean to kind of mirror what Abdul said. I was really happy with the way offense moved the ball. I mean, it was a little. I wish they'd stick with the run more. But my biggest concern, just like what Brad said as well, is the secondary. It's scary, and if Joe Witt's not making changes to adjust to the game plan, because Atlanta was really dissecting our defense, and it was not fun to watch. It was frustrating. But I think with JD5 coming back, I think that's probably going to reignite the defense, and I think there's going to be a different pep to his step. I think that they're gonna be on time. There's going to be a sense of urgency. So
Yeah.
and it's good to be back to see you guys.
All right. Likewise, brother. Good to see you. All right. So let's go with Eric. What's going on, Eric?
What's going on, man? Good to see y'all.
Good to see you.
Yeah, so I'm excited for Jayden, obviously, like everybody else is. I think maybe I don't know, this might be weird. Maybe him sitting out a couple games may have helped him out because it hadn't been himself the 3 games that we've seen him. So I don't know about him just taking a step back and seeing some things. Maybe something will click, but yeah, I mean, hopefully they come out and not actually play with some urgency early on. I'm tired of seeing them come out behind the gun, like, being flat, playing flat or whatever. So I hope they come out ready to fire up. So
Okay. All right. Okay. So, something I used to do with you guys before we move on to the next couple folks, I always would throw that hypothetical in there in the middle of that first question. So I'm going to do that today. Let's get back to that. So we're still going to continue this question with everyone else, but something to think about until it's your go again is the hypothetical of the day is with the knee brace with Jayden, and we know how Jayden is as far as just the ultimate competitor. I'm going to ask you an over and under. I asked JP Finley this question yesterday on the field, and he was like, damn, that's good, man. That's probably like right there at the number. So the question is the over and under for Jayden rushing attempts, 7. That's the number. So is the over and under over 7 or under 7? Considering he's probably going to have the brace, considering they're going to be in his ear in that helmet. Get down under all costs. So think about that as we go through this remaining stuff. So Gerard, what's up, my friend? How you doing, man?
Good morning. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to see you. Again, what Brad said yesterday was great, man. We really chopped it up very, very well. And
I'm glad you guys have become friends. So just lean on each other when them times come up.
It's family, man. But for me, my biggest concern is the coaching staff. From DQ down to all the coordinators, making sure that we put the proper players in position, watch the scheme. I just couldn't understand why Dorrance Armstrong was in coverage so much last week. So to me, it's all about the coaches putting us in the right places at the right time. JD5 gonna be JD5. I feel that he will be more cautious, because he hates not being on that field. So he knows that this team, this city, this organization needs him to be healthy. So I feel he's gonna be a lot more cautious on how he run. He get out of bounds or get down quick.
Okay. All right. Okay. So to remember, don't as you guys come up now with your take on the first question, don't give me your over and under yet. We'll get into that a little bit later on. Okay. All right. So good stuff. Good stuff, Gerard. All right. So let's go with Josh. What's going on, Josh?
What's up, everybody? It's good to see everybody again.
All right. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Josh. I'm not concerned with JD5 at all. After being away, that guy wants to play. He was itching the last 2 weeks to play. I am not worried about that kid at all. I would like to see us run the ball a little bit more with our if we're averaging 6.7 yards a run, why aren't we hitting that a little bit harder? But again, not worried about the offense when we're putting 27 points up with our backup who's done wonderful for us. I think we're good. I think the underlying issue is the defense, like everybody else says, and that's all I'll say because I'm with Gerard with the coaching. I'm not happy with the defensive schemes. Even if Bobby's leading with the tackles, Bobby's killing it with the tackles. It's not enough. Just not enough.
27 with the band of brothers, Josh. 27 with the band of brothers, what I call it.
Yeah, and hopefully we can get into that today too, because I'm sick of just Bobby's my dude, man, and the hate that's coming his way is so unwarranted. It's if you actually watch the tape and watch these games, the guy's having the Pro Bowl season at 35. Make no mistake about that.
Incredible.
Yeah, but if you're asking him to cover the fastest guys out in the flat, it's not his game. And he'll be the first person to tell you that, So that's not a knock on him. That's a knock on the scheme. So, and I have to tell you guys, we do have to be careful, not you, but me, as far as things that are said, because we were told, that they love certain people. And I like to think, I'm in that group, that they love the questions I ask and the things that I talk about on shows like this with you guys, because there's no slander, there's no hate. But there's a lot of realism with the stuff that I do, and you guys will keep it real. And yeah, I think that's the question that we will talk about later on, is that defense. Because
we hear your questions. You've got some really good questions.
I appreciate that. I think before I speak, and I'm not, and I hate to say, but I do have colleagues that want to hear themselves, and that's just not my style. I don't need to be heard to know what's going on. And then when I do speak, I do think it's a question that's not just coming from Lake Lewis, it's coming from fans as well. Because at the end of the day, I'm not supposed to say these things, but I'm from DC. I am a fan, of this team, having grown up here and cheered for them. But now that I work and cover them, I have a job to do. So I have to differentiate the fandom from the media side. But make no mistake about it, I want these guys to win at all costs, because winning's good for business. That's across the board for everybody. So let's keep it moving. Let's chop it up with Miss Sheila. What's going on, Miss Sheila?
Hey.
How are you?
Been gone for a while.
Hey, Miss Sheila, we miss you.
Welcome back. Yeah. Welcome back.
Can't stay long today either, but anyway, I'm excited that Jayden's back. You can see it all over him that he wants to be out there, and I think that he does bring a lot of excitement to his players, because they even say it. I mean, the other day, Debo was the next man up, and he spoke about the excitement that he has gotten from him, just because he said he just be on the field smiling all the time and joking, and just he happy. So he said that brings a lot to me. He said he's happy to be with this team. He's happy for the change. So I think that his personality, even though that Marietta did a good job, I think he did good. It wasn't his fault that we lost that game. Again, I'll go to the coordinator.
That's the prevailing theme with a lot of people right now.
Yeah,
and again,
I said it a couple of weeks ago. I told y'all I saw that last year, but I just kept quiet because they pulled through, but it was rough watching. So anyway, that's my take on it. I'm happy. I'm excited to see the game tomorrow, and I believe we're going to come out as the winner.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Like I have a little technical thing going on right here. All right. So I'll fix that. It's the lighting in here. All right. So let's go with Oscar. What's going on, Oscar? How you doing, my friend?
I'm all good. Like, good to see you. How are you doing?
Hank.
Good to see the family.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. JD5 is going to be back this week. We definitely need his leadership in the pocket. But I got the same concern with everyone. That's the defense. It was really tough to see, when Bobby Wagner and Lou Wu was matching up with Falcons receivers and tight ends. And I hope this week Joe Witt Jr. is gonna, take some action and make some adjustments for a good. Hopefully we'll win the game and move on. And happy birthday, Rev, again.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Yeah.
Good stuff. And I'm still here. Don't worry, I haven't gone anywhere. I'm just I had to change my light for this stand. So let's get Rev on now. What's going on, Rev? And yes, happy you have the big anniversary coming up, I think.
No, we've actually, and just to set the record straight, this was back in June. However, it was the fact that I'm out here in California, about two hours away, from the from LA. You know, traveling down that 405, it'll be a different story. Brandon knows what I'm talking about. So traveling down that 405, that'll be like going through Afghanistan.
Yeah, I just I kind of experienced the traffic the last day and a half here, just to go out to dinner last night. I think a mile and a half away took us like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
We talked about that last night in the chat. Yeah.
That's ridiculous,
no
man.
exaggeration. You know, blessings and salutations. I missed you guys immensely. Like I said, this has became therapeutic just in life itself. I'm not just talking about the football. I'm 65. I take this, you know, football is football, the ups, the downs, the dips, the tells was talking about, if you know, this is this team's aura, even during the championship years. Like I said, when we're supposed to have our starting quarterback leaning on Sonny Jurgensen and he gets hurt and Billy Kilmer got to come in and, you know, this, that, and the third. This is what we do. To answer the question, I'm glad JD5 is back. But again, like my brother Brad was saying, you know, Marcus did enough to win and to beat a few teams. Plus, I didn't hear anybody, but not at a cap, but the running game gonna show us something that we ain't seen, because we got John back, Bates. So stand by and look out. So, but the fact is, are the coaches going to see and stay with the run? You know, I'm getting a Ron Rivera-ish and EB-ish feeling that we don't see situationally what to do. And I mean, is it you got to be sitting on TV to see what's going on, because you can't see it in real time?
Preacher Rev.
What is it? And I love this entire staff and everything, but it's like, you know, maybe one or two times you might want to listen to some of the podcasts because of your oversight that you're not seeing that, you know, okay, scheme wise, I need to put the Phantom Jordan McGee in instead of Bobby, that can run with these guys and use a more athletic. Oops, did I say that? My bad.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
But you know, it's this situational thing. We've had mismanagement. We have not over the years not had good players, but we still mismanage. You know, and I'll be honest with you, I seen this. It became really evident when we paid that like 150 million for these three, Bruce Smith, Deion Sanders, that era, and then you still. So you showed me you could not buy a Super Bowl.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
And it seems like that became a snowball effect to mismanaging even prime talent. So you got this nice shiny toy. You know, Rio Robinson likes to. He's another a content creator. He likes to say we don't like nice things. Neither do our coaches.
You know,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, just listening to Rev. This was probably about 2-3 weeks of missing Rev. We let Rev just that was a therapy session for Rev.
Rev.
And
he was on a sermon, man. He was
I mean, listen. I'm just chilling, man. You know, I'll say this first and foremost. Thank you for that just wonderful email you sent me, Rev. I greatly appreciate when I get stuff like that. Because I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I'm an older man, and please hear this, and I'll say this. I look up to brothers like you, and please don't hear the racial part. When I say brothers, I'm speaking
I know what you mean.
I'm speaking from a spiritual perspective, and even like we were talking about
sister,
the hate. the hate with Bobby. That's just the pulse of our society right now. Anything that negative that we get to jump on, we're all over it, as opposed to saying, you know what? He's doing his best, or lifting a person up, or okay, we're 4 games in, let's see how it plays out. The same thing happened when we lost that 3 in a row. Oh my God, here we go, and all this.
Yeah,
and then we're
I
winning, and now
remember.
everybody, I'm sitting back waiting. But like, you keep everything in perspective, and like I said, I truly do. I look up to you, brother, and I appreciate this at a whole nother level.
Yes, yes.
We're all here.
Man, just to hear someone say that to me, that I respect, that means a lot. And
No.
it means even more because, I woke up today and I left the post up on my YouTube channel. There's a person wrote a long soliloquy about, I don't know what I'm talking about. And, I predicted that Washington and the Ravens were going to be in the Super Bowl. And it just goes to show you that we don't know Jack, and, we're just talking heads and all those things. And I just sometimes sit back and just say to myself, if you could spend that much time writing something negative, what does that say about you as a good person trying to do something to help people? So I leave that, my better half says, no, leave it up there. She said, leave it up there because it's going to show the right people that there's still this nonsense out there. So, and this is over a sports team. If that's a reflection of your life,
Exactly.
So, and don't get me wrong, this is important to us,
Yes.
This is what I do to provide. And this is what you guys do to have some fandom, have feel good moments. It's important. It's a brother and sisterhood. It really is. But I always say this, you have to take things in perspective. And this leads me now to the defense. And I keep saying this over and over and over. The reason why I did not get upset with Coach Witt when he wouldn't address my question a couple weeks ago was because I knew from being a former athlete, from a former player at Penn State, that he was protecting his guys by not answering the question. Everybody knows that, and I was okay with that. It wasn't a loaded question. But that day, I walked away from that press conference thinking to myself, Joe is under the gun now. Like, he knows that people are starting to mount a little bit. Let's go back last week in Atlanta. I'm sitting in that stadium and I'm seeing what's happening. And I don't question these coaches as far as their knowledge of the game, because they know things that I couldn't put up on Madden, and I'm respectful of that too. Hopefully they respect me as a journalist that way too. But you do see some things that you don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand. That shouldn't be happening. And one of those things that jumped off the page to me was the way Bobby was being utilized in the game. The other thing that jumped off the page to me was the way Dorrance was being not utilized in the game. I can't have my number one sack guy on the edge covering tight ends and running backs.
Exactly.
Why?
And then the other thing is that all this Marshawn Lattimore hate, listen, if you see how he's being used, that's not the Marshawn that was being used in New Orleans. I'm just going to flat out tell you that. In New Orleans, it was press cover, press cover, press cover, press cover. Teams didn't look his way because he normally was on top of their receivers. He's kind of laying off some guys now in this kind of nickel zone type thing. And I'm not a fan of that. Mikey struggled the most. Let's just call it like it is. They move him in the slot, and it's starting to look to me like Mikey's better suited to be back on the outside.
Yep.
So we're seeing these things, and I'm not saying you have to do it all the time. but at least some of the time mix it up for the offense so they get confused. And you're not the ones always lack of communication because, and then I'm done. I'm going to step off the soapbox now.
No,
But
you right.
You're right, though.
I just don't want to hear anymore the communication aspect. If you learn a new language and you're sitting in a classroom, and I thought long and hard about this before I'm saying this, but if you're sitting in a classroom and you're learning a new language, 3-4 weeks into it, if you don't know the basic, syllables and vowels, you're struggling. And it just seems like these guys have no clue what they're supposed to be doing on the back end. One of the very first plays of the game, you can look and see Jeremy Reeves. If you go back and watch that film, you can see Jeremy Reeves running up to tell Trey Amos, I have this guy and you take this guy. But by the time they're communicating that, the ball had been already been snapped. That's the problem. So I don't necessarily think they don't know what they're supposed to do, but they're doing it a little too late. And the problem is when you're thinking out there, you can't play fast, you can't play free, you can't play physical. That's my problem. So now I'm gonna open it up to you guys. We're talking about this defense now. So Abdul, let's go back in the order we started. What you think, my friend?
Well, it's pretty much what everyone was touched on, especially Rev. But I mean, I just think it's a scheming issue, to be honest, on defensively. And of course, Wagner shouldn't be put in that kind of position. He's a downhill, tackler and stuff. So, and then I mean, they are targeting Lattimore, and again, it's a scheme issue as well. Even though our offense is putting up points, whether it's JD5 or Mariota, I still really would like to see the offense really focus on running the ball. I think that when JD5 comes in, because of last year, how successful we were on third and fourth downs, that it was just like, all right, let's put everything on his back. But it's like, they don't need to do that. Sorry about that. They don't need to do that because, I mean, the running game is very effective. I mean, like we're second on yards per carry, right? We're second in the league. And it's like, but we're 16th in attempts. And so it's like, what's the
don't add up.
Yeah, what's the disconnect, right? It's like, pound the ball, and it's like I believe that, and don't get me wrong, I like Cliff Kingsbury, but I feel like these guys are too smart for their own good. These OCs, they're like, okay, let's dazzle them with this play. Let's dazzle them. Oh, let me pull this play out. Let me do that. And it's just like, like I liken it to like what Bill Belichick does. Like, if he has to run the ball 40 times a game to win the game, he wins the game. He has to pass the ball, 45 times a game, he'll pass the ball. Just do what it takes to win the game. And if they would have ran the ball more, it wouldn't have hit the defense so hard, because then now the defense can rest, and then their defense would be tired, and then it would be a situation where we would be controlling the game clock. So that's my take on it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think those are all valid points, good points as well. Doesn't surprise me. Everyone's pretty much saying the same things here, and that's the problem that kind of gets under my skin too, is if everyone's saying this in unison and seeing the same thing from afar, and then, and myself, being up close there, practices and games, how the coach is not getting this memo, and Cliff's my dude too, man. It's hard for me to come on a platform and talk about people that I personally know, and I know that they're doing their best, but sometimes doing too much is too much. Sometimes less is more, and I agree with you, Abdul. Run the football to control the clock, to give your defense a chance to rest and not be on the field the whole game. I'd like to see the offense be able to sustain drives, not just big plays, but sustain the drives, eat up some clock. And that's the situational football, because let's face it, special teams is an uptick this year, right?
Yeah.
They've got that. The return games are covered. By the way, Debo yesterday was just so calm and cool. Like, yeah, man, I love special teams. His exact words was, because if you don't kick off to me, good luck trying to beat us when we get the ball at your 35. That's literally just how he said it. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're getting the swag back just a little bit here. So, all right, okay, so yeah, so Brad, what you think, man? What you think with this defense?
So I want to go back. I want to go back first to Rev. You
Mhm.
said a former coach name. His name make my teeth itch. I just want to say that.
I apologize, my
No,
brother.
that's all right, brother. It's all right.
Most
But
sincerely.
and then I want to jump on the lake with the negative talk.
Mhm.
Me, a lot of us Lake don't even live in the DC area, and you give us the opportunity to talk about our team, man.
Amen.
And so
Amen.
whatever anybody said, and I got the opportunity to meet you and know you personally. You a good brother. So negativity
Appreciate
is where
that,
that.
man.
So let it be what it is, man. Don't even let the
That
love you
part.
just received from this
That
show
part. That part.
it fuel you, man. You know what I mean? So the negative
I always
person,
say, man, it's just the devil trying to knock your smile
right,
off because he
Yeah.
can't,
right,
because he
It
can't.
is.
right.
So,
And
It is.
and
and I got
for
like
the
20 more people up in here to support this. So, nah, you can't get me.
and for the negative person to say what that you predicted, whatever, how do they know? They watching you. So the loudest boos come from the cheapest seats, man, right? So
Ooh, I like
I
that. I
think
like
that.
that.
I think that. So about this defense, I personally think we all overestimated the defense a tad. And then I think there's a lot of variables that play into that. We playing much better quarterbacks. Our schedule is heavy.
Mhm.
And I think we kind of overestimated it coming off last year. And there are some things that need to change a bit, I think. And I do believe these coaches, this whole front office is very close to the chest. They don't say a lot of stuff. And they,
No, they
even when you
don't.
say protecting their team, I think they see weaknesses in there that they just don't want to expose to all of us, though, right? Because
Yeah.
let's just say Marshawn's been taking a lot of heat. I mean, he has. Some of it warranted, some of it not. If they bench him, they are just conceding that we made a mistake by even trading him, right? So I think things need to tighten up. And then, and to Gerard's point, and he always said it, I think Dan Quinn needs to get his grips back on that defense a little bit.
I do
And then
too.
let's make some
Mhm.
adjustments.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I've been saying that for a while. I'd like to see Dan kind of get more involved with the defense, and he probably already is involved
Mm-hmm.
behind the scenes, but like visually out in front of you, he's letting Joe do his thing, and I respect that because he wants his coordinators to do their jobs and not always be this overseer. But I was told internally that he definitely has his hands on things, and he makes his presence felt if he needs to, but Dan's more the CEO. You know what I mean? He's the guy that's letting the people do their jobs, and I think we all can respect that in our individual fields. Like, you don't want to be micromanaged, but
No.
sometimes you might need that. So, all right, so let's go with Brandon. What's up, Brandon? What you think, man?
I mean, kind of to echo a lot what everybody says. I mean, how do you guys feel about Witt being up in the box? I always feel like a coach should be down on the
Said
field.
that the
You know what
last.
I mean, I'm sure he
He be
has
doing this.
read of the field because he can see everything. But I'm not a fan of coordinators up in the box, man. I like those guys down there talking to their guys. But
Yeah.
as far as like the hate on Bobby, which I was not aware of, I love Bobby Wagner. That guy is a wrench, man. Like,
Yeah.
he is a wrench. That guy is a leader of men. He's the fulcrum of that defense. He's a leader of that defense, and obviously he's been put in positions where he's normally not. He shouldn't be in the flats there. And him and Louver were kind of getting. It was either what, Drake London or Bijan, and they were just killing us in there. And I was just like, come on, man, switch the scheme, switch the personnel, do something. And we have a group text that we go, which, while you're calling the game, our guys, we're all in there. We're just like, oh, we're talking trash, but it's fun. It's fun. And
It's
everybody
heavy
else
too,
is
Lake.
on.
It's heavy.
Trust me. Let me tell you, I do think of you guys sometimes when I'm in the stadium and a big play happens, and I'm thinking, "Ooh, we're gonna have some stuff to talk about." I already know it's coming.
It's heavy, man.
But, I mean, that's really it. As long as they switch the scheme, that's good. I am the one. There's a lot of bright points. I'm really, really happy for Debo. Like, Debo is so solid for
Yeah.
us. I mean, he is every week has done something to tune up that team, and I'm so happy that he looks like he's having a blast. And
Yes.
I'm
It is.
happy for him. Yeah, it is. And to echo what Rev said, to echo what Brad said, and to tell you, like, I love football, and this is my I lost my dad like 3 years ago, and the
Sorry
one
to hear
connection
that.
I had with my dad was this team.
Yeah.
So this is family.
That's right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
See,
Absolutely.
when we were putting this thing together, you know, not to go off here because everyone's got to get their chance, but when we were putting this together, you know, some of you guys I was speaking to, you know, before this, you know, we even did this, and I'm like, I try to get back to people, you know, I like to chat with people, but I'm like, you know, when we did this, one of the first shows, I literally walked away from it saying, this is something. Like this is going to be something. But the fact that this has grown into more than just football, but more of a, you know, community tribunal type thing, you
Absolutely.
know,
Yep. Yep.
it means a lot, you know, it
Yep.
really does. And, you know, so yeah, we mix the days up and all that stuff, but this stuff is therapeutic for a lot of us. You
It
know,
is.
it gives you a chance to talk, to vent, but still at the same time be respectful of each other's opinions. And that doesn't need to, I'm saying that more for people who are watching this right now, because we know internally, like, there's none of that nonsense here, man. It's just real passionate fans that want to talk about their team. And you know, hopefully I'm facilitating it the right way so we should be able to do that. But to hear a comment like yours, Brandon, I've had a lot of people come up to me and tell me something similar, you know, that maybe they lost a loved one and this has helped them. You know, I still, for the life of me, and with all due respect, don't know how this is helping, because that's tough. But if it's helping, let's continue to do it. Let's keep it rolling. So, yes,
And like
sir.
real quick, man, just to add, and it's just some members not on the show today. We even planning to get together to come to the game next season as a group, man.
Oh, we
So
should do that.
in the world that's so divided,
Right.
look how you brought
Come
people
on,
together,
Yeah.
all
That's
different
right.
backgrounds,
That's right.
ethnicities,
Brad.
different religions, and all of that. How
Come
you
on,
just brought us
Brad.
together, man. So
Boy.
pat yourself on the back, man, and we salute you 100% for that, brother.
Appreciate that. This is yeah, this helps me, man, because I'm not gonna lie, when I see some of the messages, I get stunned. Like I literally like freeze. And then there's another side of me, you know, being from DC, that kind of wants to, you know,
Right.
like, come on, let's go. But you know, you just you can't, and it's true, you know. So there's some people just gonna try us, and they're gonna try you guys too. I've had people tell me, well, you got like a cult following in your group, and I'm like, what? Like, are you
Whatever.
watching the same thing and listening to the same thing? Like, nah, these people got their own
Repeat.
opinions, and they're, yeah, I mean, but again, let's
It
not even
comes
entertain
with the
that.
territory. If you don't
Yeah.
have any haters, you're not doing something right.
Loudest
Mhm.
boos come from the cheapest seats, man. People don't pay a lot of. If you ain't a fan of
DC.
Steph or LeBron, you don't want to sit close. You spend way up there. Loudest
So
boos come from the
I don't have
cheapest
my
seats.
I don't have my normal pad that I keep all the little sayings that you guys drop on me. But that one, the cheapest seats, the booze come from the cheapest. Okay, yeah, I gotta jot that in my memory. You might see that posted
Hey,
sooner than
just-
later.
Just play the
Hey, I gotta before we keep it going, I got a little tidbit, and I put it in my tweet at like 2:30 when I woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep here in LA. I found out something yesterday, and it just dawned on me, just, you know, from a historical standpoint. So Candy Waller, actually, my little sis, she actually brought it up, you know, her and Auntie Donna, you know, and they, by the way, they can tell you, they tell me all the time, do you know people call me sis? And Donna's like, people are calling me auntie. And I'm like,
right?
hey man, listen, you know, that's
Right.
what sticks. That's what sticks. So anyway, they have outside the Coliseum, they have these, you know, bronze plaques all over the Coliseum on the outside with historical facts on it. And, you know, they had like, you know, Jackie Robinson and all the different people, and it tells you their, I guess, their relevance to the Memorial Stadium, you know, to the Coliseum. Did you guys know the first ever NFL game that was ever played at the Memorial Coliseum. 1946, September 7th. I remembered it when I saw it. I actually had to do a little SOT for the station, TV station for it. 1946, September 7th, first game ever at Memorial Coliseum was the Rams versus the Redskins. And I was just like, wow, like I gotta get that.
What was the score?
I don't know. I didn't look. When I saw it, because Candy told me, she said, "Big bro, you should go ahead and do your I had to do my stand up." And I said, "Oh no, I'm about to be a news reporter now." So I did a little SOT and got it set up, sent it to the station. They were like, "This was great." And guess who was on the camera? Literally my camera, Candy. So that's just, so yeah, but I just thought the historical value of that, considering we're on the field practicing there,
Right.
that's a good omen. So that's, I want people to take that. That's a good omen for tomorrow at
Hey,
the
Lake.
new SoFi. Yeah, yes, sir.
I just looked it up. 68,000 fans. It was a preseason charity game. They raised nearly $100,000.
Jeez. And yeah, and so that was the first game for the Rams, who had just moved from Cleveland. So yeah, I did not know any of that.
Hey, check this out too. Like, you'll like this. Check this out. It says here as well. It says the first game for the Rams in LA, the first time playing Kenny Washington and Woody Strode, the NFL's first black players in 13 years, in their final game against the Redskins in 45, in which the Rams won the championship.
And what's probably even more telling about that is that I'm pretty sure Washington was still fighting the segregation at that time.
Oh yeah,
not segregating their team.
Yeah.
So just those layers of stuff. That's the stuff that I love, man. Like, I'm a historian. I love picking up things like that. So yeah. So let's keep it rolling.
Hey,
Eric,
Nate.
since you're
lighting.
yes, ma'am.
Your lighting.
Yes,
You
Can
look
I
like
know.
go
I'm
next? 'Cause
gonna
I'm
fix it.
about to leave.
Okay, so go ahead, Miss Sheila. You go ahead and do yours, and then
So what was we talking about? Because I'm confused.
defense.
Defense.
yeah, your thoughts on your favorite subject.
The defense.
And I'm gonna step up. I'm gonna step and get the other light while she's talking. So go ahead, Miss Sheila. You got the floor now.
Oh my gosh. Defense.
Yeah.
Where do you start?
I think, to me, even when they struggled last year, they look better than they did this year. And I don't know what's going on. I know it's the coach, and you can tell. What's that thing he said? We're gonna come angry, whatever. What's that?
Violence.
Arriving with bad intentions.
Bad intentions. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's just a lot of talk.
We just ain't a road yet.
Where is it?
That's just a lot of running your mouth, because what you're saying is not meet the field. And so,
Miss Sheila.
Right though.
So I just don't have any good things to say right now. I wish the DQ could take over it, but I know he can't. So I'm praying. I mean, to me, Bobby shouldn't be trying to down him. Lugu is not doing anything that he did last year. I don't even know where he is half the time. I be looking at someone. Where's he?
Well, that's another subject that can be talked about.
Oh yeah, see, so I'm just like, you looking at things and you can see. I'm like, most people probably think I'm dumb and don't know what I'm talking about. But
no one thinks that.
Yeah.
Well, I know some of those people probably do, but I know what I'm talking about because I was taught well by my husband. He's been gone 15 years, but he taught me all of this. I know what I'm looking at. I know what I see. So
That's right.
Definitely, I want to say this to you too, Lake. I thank you for letting me be on the show because you gave me an out. I was sick last year this time, so I couldn't be in the stadium. I was at home. I had to turn off the games because it was making my heart rush too fast. So a couple of times I had to go to the hospital, and I'm just thankful that I'm still here. Rev,
we are too.
I got you on age because I'm 70.
Bless you, sis.
Man,
Very young 70, Miss Sheila.
Bless
Thank you.
Yeah, you are. You really are. Yeah.
Thank you.
Looking
So-
fantastic along the way, Miss Sheila. Looking fantastic.
So I know I was there during the times when Red was talking about with Billy Kilmer. and Sonny Jurgensen.
Wobble and
I
win.
got to go to those games, some of them, so I got to learn. John Riggins used to be my favorite player back in the day, along with some others. But I just said, boy, this has helped me therapy wise. So when people want to know, that woman's on there probably, she on there with all those guys. Well, too bad.
Let them.
Because I'm gonna be on here.
It's a bunch of gentlemen on here. That's the bottom line.
But I enjoy it, and I thank you for it. And I'm got to get off here because I'm going to Denier en Blanc tonight.
Okay.
All right.
I feel your spirit, Michelle. I'm gonna be praying for you. I feel your spirit right now.
Absolutely.
Those that know. Those that know.
Amen. Amen.
So
Amen.
I got you in prayer, sis.
Thank you.
Right now. I love you.
During the game, one more thing. When during the game, the Hail Mary last year, I couldn't look at it. So I went upstairs and I sit in the center of my bed and pray and play gospel music. I'm not playing.
And guess what? It was answered.
And then when I came back down, I said, okay, this game gonna be over. It should be over by the time I finish all my praying and worship and praising God. I came downstairs, turned my TV back on, and I'm seeing the ball come across towards me. And I'm like, what's going on? I was standing there like I was gonna catch the ball. So it was a miracle. And then they played on my side of the field where I work at. So I missed all of that. But I'm trying to be there as much as I can this year. So anyway, hopefully we'll get in touch.
Take care.
Catch up.
Yeah, I Michelle, I'm definitely gonna try. It's been, once I get in that stadium, I get pulled like 50 directions.
I know.
But we're gonna do it. I got out a couple weeks ago and met Mr. Gerard outside. So yeah, I'm gonna get it. It's coming. Don't worry. I'm gonna get you.
So you guys take care.
Okay?
See you next week.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Late, can I cut the line if possible? Because I got to run.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. This week's show has been a little emotional for all of us.
Yeah.
It sounded amazing when Brett said that we should have a reunion, maybe for next year, and get together and go to the game. I always ask myself, why do I love the Redskins and football so much? The first thing that comes up to my mind is family. Getting together with the family, watching games, ordering something, having a beer. But this group is amazing too. This group has definitely became our new family, and
Absolutely.
like the reason we love you so much is that you got a lot of respect for yourself and for your job, and you're always down to earth. Just cut all the negative BS going on around you. We love you so much, and I promise you're gonna be there for a week in Madrid. I'll get you a whiskey somehow. I will.
I'll be there. I'll be there for sure. So yeah, whiskey. Okay.
Whatever you want to drink.
I'm gonna have to go to.
Hey, I'll take it, Oscar, if you don't want
it. Oscar, but just out of curiosity, what time is it there?
In Turkey, it's 6 p.m. right now.
Wow.
Okay, I just because I know it was early when we was doing it.
Right.
On Friday. So okay. Yep. Don't worry. Lake feels what we feel out around the world. See,
boy, you got. I mean, like it's like you. I'm telling you, man. That Thursday, the game was over. So Janina called me, and she's like, "I'm getting ready to go to bed." I'm like, wait a minute, like, wow, like this is a real thing out here. You guys, your games are over 7:55, 8 o'clock. And I'm like, back on the East Coast, it's like, the thing is, could you even stay up to finish the game? Because it's late. And I started feeling myself get tired. I went to bed here, LA time, 8:15. And I woke up at 2:30. The last two nights, 2:30. I'm not on your clock yet. Yeah. But yeah, man, how cool is it though that you could have a 4 o'clock game, the late game here on the West Coast, and you still kind of have the evenings left, at 7 o'clock. That's amazing. Yeah. So football games come on at 9 o'clock here.
10.
Like the noon game.
Yeah. 10
a.m. is the normal time, but your early ones, 9. And then the weird ones are like the Sunday night game is the latest.
Yeah.
It's over by like 8 o'clock, and it's 9 o'clock.
Exactly.
Like, you
It's
don't want
unreal,
to.
That's dope, though.
That's why everybody party out here all the
Yes,
time.
for
'Cause they
sure.
got a whole day, like a full 24-hour experiences out here on the West Coast. Good
That's
stuff. All right, so look, I know everyone else still has a chance to talk about the defense. So let's get right to that. So let's go with we got Eric, Gerard, Josh, Rev, and then Shauno, and then Oscar. So Oscar, if you have to get ready to head out,
I will.
did you?
Thank you guys.
All
Love
right,
you all.
take care.
All right.
all right.
Okay,
Sean.
take care. All right. So let's go, Eric, real quick. What you got?
Hey, what's going on, man? This is a good one today. Oh yeah, real quick, like by the way, because I remember seeing my man Mike B talking about golf and whatnot. Is there any way you can get? Because I'm not bad myself. I'm pretty decent, but I've always wanted to play in the Redskin golf tournaments and all that whatnot. You ought to get a team together,
Sure.
man, and get a few of us. That would be a ton of
Okay.
fun.
Okay, I'll lose some balls for sure. Yeah, but we can do that.
Hey, I've been a scratch player for a while, so I'll help you out.
Okay.
I'll
All
carry
right.
the-
I'm more
I'll
of a
carry
whiff
the
player.
clubs.
So yeah, we can do it. I'm not even a scratch player. I'm
Yeah.
a whiff player. But yeah, we
I
can.
want to take down. I want to take down B Mitch and Chick. That's what I really want to do. So me, you, Mike B, and
Hey, listen. Those are my guys, and I mean, this is the thing. Like, I know we have subjects and stuff, but we have so much fun talking about this.
Yeah.
yeah,
About
Like-
I think it was like 6 years ago. The stadium had this company come through, and they turned the stadium into a golf course. Okay, and they invited B, or Brian, myself and Chick, and we were the only three people in at the time FedEx Field. We were the only three people through the whole stadium that night, and we're just knocking balls. We were hitting from the upper deck concourse, so they had hole in ones all over the field, and we were there for a couple hours just doing it. The trash talk with those two guys is you already know Brian. But it was
they
on
can't
a
top me, dude. I'm
whole
telling you, they can't.
another
They can't.
level. So I'm
We'll
just
get 'em
I'm
late.
just gonna forewarn you. I'm gonna tell them
Let's go.
tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna tell them tomorrow. And this is how competitive they are. The other day of practice, Chick comes over to me and says, tell your friend Perry that this is what we're going to do. So shout out to Perry, he's a good friend of mine I grew up with. He said, tell your friend Perry, we're going to do this. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, I met someone named Perry, and he said that you guys were good friends. And I said, yeah. And he said, so I told him we're going to take a picture on the practice field. You're going to send it to him right now. And I'm like, okay. So took the picture and sent it to him. And Perry was like, he promised me he was going to do that. I didn't think he was going to do that. And I'm like, well, that's what happened. I had no idea what you guys set up, but the chick came over and said, we got to take this picture on the field.
Wow.
That's that competitive stuff that I'm talking about. These guys, him and
Let's go.
Brian are like, they're pro golfers, literally. So yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. I got you, Eric.
Yeah.
I got you.
Let's bring that heat, brother. Let's bring that
I'll
heat.
let them know
Anyway.
today I'll let them know this evening when we're at the rally. So I'll do that. Okay?
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
All right, so
that would be awesome. Defense though. I'll keep it short and sweet.
Yes, sir. Okay.
All right. So Joe Witt's proven as a coach. I mean, he's coached some of the best secondaries ever since I'm growing up, ever since I've been alive for 31 years. I mean, he's coached some of the best secondaries I can remember, like especially like Green Bay and some of that. So is it coaching? Could it be a little bit? I mean, I don't know if he's stuck in old ways, I don't know if he's adapting, but I mean, I know we got a few good players in the backfield, but I always said it was going to be about 3 off seasons till they kind of get the players that they want. So I think we're just trying to make chicken salad out of chicken, you know what I mean? Right now. But I think when we draft, like next year's draft, when we draft another, dog in the backfield, like another Amos, and hopefully get a little younger in the draft in the backfield, I think the defense will be a lot better. But for right now, I mean, we just got to work with what we got. I mean, we ain't got to be, if we can be around, somewhere around 18, give or take a couple, I think that's good enough to win. Granted, the offense comes back like it should, how we've seen it before. But Yeah, I mean, it's just, like Josh could tell you, like a band. I mean, when you got new band members, it's going to take a few weeks for everything to start gelling.
Okay.
So,
All right. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Let's go with Gerard here.
All right. Bear with me a couple minutes, fellas. Lake, Eric, Brad,
yes, sir.
everybody. I want to try to bring my point through. When you hear me talking about the defense and the coaching, I'm not trying to bench anybody because earlier, Lake, you made a point what I made to the fellas yesterday when we was on the Zoom call last night. I said, how about us putting Mikey back at outside corner and bring in Marshawn, bench him for a little bit. Not put him down out the game. He can still play. But we got to switch it up to try something different to see what's working. No different. I'm going to use you, Lake. Right now, this is your platform. You started off Friday fan show. Right now, the season has came about. So we have to switch days here and there. You have some of your strong supporters might can't make Saturday mornings, might can't make Friday mornings, but you are maneuvering to keep the platform going at a full speed. So sometimes you have to adapt and use the pieces and use your resources in different ways. Not forget about them, just bring them in different stats, especially when you see that we may be facing a third down and 14. Try to get Bobby off the field at that particular time if you can. So all I'm trying to say within the coaching staff is your job from DQ down to put all your players in the proper position. And to me, most of the guys on our defense now is DQ players from trade or draft. So next year we're just going to draft another linebacker or another cornerback like we did Trey Amos this year. Use the guys, use your talent, but it's up to the coaching to maneuver. That's the angle I'm coming from because I love the coaching staff and I love all our players, but I just don't think they're getting the most out of them, putting them in the best positions at quality times. That's the angle I'm really coming from.
That's wonderful answer. I mean, literally, I think everybody in here would say, yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that. Again, none of us are questioning the IQ of these coaches. None of us are doing that. We're just questioning at times, are they really squeezing, literally all the water out of this thing, and it does have a different feel. I think everyone can agree. You look at last year's team, the hunger and the tenacity that they played with last year, the almost reckless abandon that they played with last year, seems to be missing. And hopefully with Jayden coming back, it galvanizes them again. That's nothing against Marcus. Marcus played himself into making some money next year or the year after. But Jayden is Jayden. That's a different talent right there. And hopefully he comes back, and as Josh was saying earlier too about Debo, smiling and all these things. It brings that just kind of that composure back to the team, so hopefully they can get that back. So great points there, Gerard.
Hey,
so
Lake,
speaking
fam, I got to jump
Yes,
off,
sir.
y'all. I'll see everybody, man.
Okay.
Appreciate
All right,
it.
brother.
See you,
Enjoy the
Brad.
weekend, brother.
Right, be cool, man.
All right, cool. And yeah, we do have like 4 to 5 minutes left. So let's try to get Josh, Rev, and Shawno up here real quick to get their take on this real quick before we close out. So Josh, you're up.
So everybody's already touched on everything. There's nothing I can say that I don't agree with already. I want the defense to play their strengths. I don't feel like they're playing to their strengths either. I'm with Gerard. We talked about that yesterday at great lengths about doing some subs. I'm with Brandon. Get Joe on the field. My dad always hated having coaches in the box. He said you need to be on the field with your team. I don't know what it is, but I think we all touched on a lot of great points. If Lattimore is great at press, why isn't he pressing? I see his speed on the field. He hasn't slowed down that much. Yeah, I have a question. I have a question from a brother that couldn't make it. Ellis,
sure.
And it's a defensive question. So Ellis is asking.
Uh-oh, I think you got muted there.
All right, there I go.
Uh-huh.
He said he can't make it this morning, but he says, ask Lake, any personnel changes coming if the level of this defense continues? You think any personnel changes might happen?
I think the personnel changes are going to be the additions of guys. Some coming back. Like, there's no question. One of my guys in the locker room, I'm good friends with is Percy Butler, and they missed Percy in Atlanta. They missed him on teams, and they missed him on the back end. They missed his. He's a guy that will come and with bad intentions. So they missed that. And he told me this week, I'm good, I'm ready, I'm back. So he'll be playing tomorrow. There's a lot of things that are going on that people, from afar. I have people telling me all week, oh, Debo's not playing, Duran's not playing. And I'm like, where are you getting this from? They say, how I feel about that term they. Who is they when I'm there? I'm telling you, they're playing. They're going to be playing. So now you're going to start having a full arsenal. No, Terry's not playing. No, Noah's not playing. And yes, I will be the first to tell you, I'm very concerned about that. Very concerned about that. We won't even get into that, but you have to go with what you have. And outside of them, they're starting to get people back. John Bates will be back. So all these bodies that are coming back, these are big key proponents to what they're doing, components. So I'm expecting to see a much better outing, a much more positive road outing, because we know how they've been looking on the road. So hopefully this is a switch that can ignite this thing, and this Jayden back home, this kid's going to show out here in LA. There's no way. I asked Tavita Pittman after practice yesterday. I was going to post it, and I was like, I don't need to do all that. But I asked him, was there any chance Jayden wasn't playing in this game? And he looked at me and he started laughing, and he's like, he said that wasn't trending in that direction at all. He said there was no way we were keeping that kid from playing in this game. So he's going to come back, and Jayden, he knows, he's smart. He knows what his team's been lacking. He's going to come back and try to be that galvanizing force to give these guys some energy, because they need it. So Rev, but you got it, and then we'll end it with Sean now.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, fellas. I think that it's time. I'm just gonna say, like that. It's time for the old boy to suit up. I played a little DB back in the day. The game has transcended quite a bit, but I wish my other brothers and everyone was here. They told me it was pride comes. I read it somewhere. Pride comes before destruction. That's what I read. And if, like I said, it was not a dig. It's just that this feels, and I don't want to hurt nobody's ears. It just feels like a piece of that other regime, that if I'm too stuck, Brother Gerard said it best. If I see the changes situationally, that's all we're talking. Make whatever game time that we have to do. Brother Abdul said, if I need to throw it 45, I throw it 45. If I need to run it all game, then I'm sorry, you ain't seen it before. We ran every play because that's what we needed to do. Control the clock and keep you off the field. I heard that's going to be one of the ways to beat Herbert is basically keep that man off the field, because he has to sit on the bench, and that's what we did last year. And it's not so much last year, but we controlled a lot of time. We kept them 10, 12, 15 plays, kept people off the field. They couldn't score. Yeah, Marcus scored 27 points. I'm sorry, the other team scored 34. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he had an opportunity to score more points.
Because he should have won that game. Should have won the game.
Because he was on the field. So we have one of them ones, but other teams do also. So I just hopefully begin that they really actually become the tacticians that they're supposed to be, and make the situational changes. Like he said, if we need to move Mikey back out because that's became his strength. And all we heard last year was put Mikey inside, put Mikey inside. Well, you got Mikey inside now. So
It's not, and it's not his best ball right now. Yeah, I agree.
So
Yep.
that's my piece. We have to play situational ball. It's not new. That's the whole thing. We just aren't making the changes.
We need you in the pirate.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so we're gonna wrap today's show up with Shawno, and definitely look forward to meeting you tomorrow, Shawno. Are you gonna go to the rally real quick today? There's a rally out here. Shawno. Okay, there you go. Okay, you're in Fresno. You're in Fresno, so yeah.
I am. I didn't know anything about a rally. I wish I did know. About to hit the road as soon as we wrap it up here. It takes me about 4 hours of traffic to get there. So what time was that? Do you know?
I'll tell you what, as soon as we get off, I'll email you and Rev as well. I'll email you guys what it is. But I plan on trying to attend it for sure.
Perfect. Rev, what I was gonna say about your gear, man, you can have a Noah Brown's jersey. At least you're available, you know.
Oh. We have to have one every week.
I love you. I love you.
All right, man. We'll see you up there.
I'm looking forward. Like I said, I'm over in again, it's not bragging. I'm right behind the commander's bench in the VIP section, 4th row, Lake and Shawno, is where I'll be at. And again,
I'm gonna come seek you out. Yes.
Yeah, let's make sure the two of us, the three of us,
yeah,
get a picture and all that stuff for sure.
Exactly. I really want to connect with you guys, and
sounds good.
Hopefully, Lord willing, that we get to do this thing that Brad is talking about. I hope, like for Eric, that the golf take off. But yeah, as they say, I honestly, I missed you guys. I really have these
missed
days.
You too, man.
Welcome back.
And I'm sorry, I work for a coroner's office, and so understand what I deal with every day, all day. So
right.
Interact and take a load off my wife with diffusing. Lake, this is bigger than football, bro.
It really is.
I appreciate you saying that, man.
You've seen that, and whoever you need, even this segment today, to show it to them. This is there's a therapy level at this, and this. So this is, I mean, I don't know. I just know you got something new that with connecting other fans. I mean, just really sit down, you and your bride, and dissect this out. I'm sure between the two of you, from an entrepreneur level or something, y'all can see something deeper in this than just football.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, you don't understand. There's times that I've met fans and they have podcasts and they're can you come on? And I try to be accommodating, because I remember when I was in the position when I was first starting, I didn't have too many people wanting to do anything for you. And, I just told myself, if I ever got into a position where I had a platform, I was going to use it to help people. And so for me, there have been times, I'll be honest, that I'm like, oh my gosh, I told this person I'm going to do this show, and I'm just dog tired. Keep in mind, I commute to practice from Richmond, and that's 2.5 hours, sometimes 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this, outside of my TV stuff, outside of my radio stuff, Radio One, outside of my radio stuff with ESPN Radio, outside of my writing with Heavy, outside of CBS 6. So it's a lot that I do. But I say all of that because I remember my father always saying, both my parents are no longer here, and Janine's parents are no longer here. So we say to each other, our grind is sustainable and it's real, because I couldn't think of something else I'd rather do. And when I see and hear folks like yourselves, being so complimentary of my grind, it just makes it all worth it. It really does. It makes me realize I'm doing the right things. And we have fun with this. Like that's what this is supposed to be about. Not coming on here yelling at each other and I don't agree with you. I don't think I've ever heard anybody ever say that on this show.
No.
Even if you were thinking it, you didn't say it, you know.
When you
It's
love
all
what
love.
you do, when you love what you do,
Yeah.
it's not work. It's not work.
And that's what this is. So I'm talking to people who are watching this maybe for the first time. This isn't a set platform. This is an open book. Like if you want to join us, just email me. That's what everyone on here did. They emailed me and they got an email back with a link. It's a universal link. It doesn't change, and you can come on here as well. So we do have to wrap it up. We actually hung this up for about an hour and a half today. This was good. But Shauna,
I know we have to wrap it up. I have some quick points. I apologize for the IT issues I've been dealing with today.
Okay.
First one, we haven't led ever on the road this year, so we got to jump out on them. And then we got the injury bug that hit us this year. We didn't have that issue last year, so there's some things we need to work through. Jayden, as far as 7 up over or under, I'm gonna go over, being that San Diego allows rushing quarterbacks the most yards.
San Diego. He said San Diego. No. It's okay. It's okay. That's what they're known as.
Yeah, my bad. I'm trying to rush through this list. And then with JD, I think hopefully he was able to notice the maturation process for McCaffrey and get him the ball.
Yeah.
If he's open, get him the ball. He's not a rookie anymore, and he stepped up in his last couple of games. So, and then for all you hip hop heads out there, I call this game tomorrow the M&M Bowl with the real St. Juice. Please stand up. That's all I gotta say.
Oh wow, that's listen.
Playing tomorrow.
That was, you know what, that was a mic drop moment right there, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, with a real St. Juice fan.
Man.
And he's the one that started the Marshawn St. Juice too, you know. So we oh man.
I heard Marshawn let him score. That's the one I heard this week. That's not right.
Oh,
you know
my
what?
goodness.
That's crazy. I hadn't even thought of Benji, and literally until just now. Like I'm so focused on, you know, Burgundy and Gold. I totally forgot about that. So yeah. So that's gonna be interesting because he's gonna be on Debo. So yeah, that's gonna be.
Somebody said in the chat.
I like the chances of that. For
I
Washington.
like the smell of bacon in the morning.
All right, fellas. Well, listen. We'll get to wrap this up, and we'll get this up, you know, for you guys to be able to watch later this evening. Now, also, if you guys can email me, if you do have YouTube, you know, channels or anything like that, email me, because there's a new feature on there that you can, you know, put collaborators on things. So now you can post this as well. So if you do that, I can send you, you know, you'll see a collab invite, and that way we'll share it out this way as well. So you guys are part of this, man. So we can keep this thing rolling.
Yes.
But listen, have a great weekend. And you know, I plan on having just a super busy day, but an exciting day. Good time tomorrow as well. We'll have the post game wrap up on the field afterwards, and next week, hopefully, we're talking about a W and getting ready for another big, you know, Monday Night Football will be coming up. So, my friends, man, as always, you guys know I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day. So have a good one. Be safe and much love. We'll see you next week.
All right, y'all. Enjoy the game, everyone. Enjoy the game.